Hello and welcome back to Nonic Nonsense, a show where mom and dad are finally in person together.
Oh yeah, we did it. We're back. In-person pod round 2.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Eat your heart out. God, I forget who to talk to. If I talk to them or I talk to you. Whatever. Growing pains. Kat, how you been?
I've been.
Okay.
I've been. How have you been?
Yeah. Well, I've been good. The turnaround for Anastasia and Parade has been fast.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks, not even. But I've been in my book, and we start tomorrow. So, hell yeah.
I get to be with Kevin.
Yeah.
Who I will force on Nonic Nonsense, even though he's equity. But his behavior is not.
It's not okay.
Yeah.
Good. See you tomorrow. Heard about your baking.
Yeah.
I expect treats.
Yeah. Kevin was on Baker versus Faker. And he made so many treats for us between Santa Music and 42nd Street. It's wonderful and terrible for you.
And especially with this one, because it's not a dancey show. I'm in a lot of trouble. Newsies, I gained so much weight. I was like, oh God, it was just backstage, nothing but Cheez-Its.
All the treats were for the dancers, or no, just this is the Karinko Cheez-It.
Yes.
Situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All act 1, I have 2 scenes, unless I'm in the ensemble stuff, because it says others, but I don't know what others means until the room. So we'll find out. But act 2, I don't leave the stage. So I was like, bang, bang, bong.
Sucks to suck.
Oh yeah. Casually playing another 50-something-year-old. I'm excited. Southern drawl. Got that Georgia in me. I'm not going to do it now. You have to pay the ticket to see that tomfoolery.
Are you saying that because you really want them to pay, or is it because it's questionable in this current state?
In this current state, it's very questionable. I have time to improve it. We'll get there. So talk about APAP, because you just got off the hook with that. So talk about it.
Hell yeah. No. So last episode we were with the wonderful Ashley Rubin, chit-chatting with her. And it's been 40 million years since we've chatted with her. And now APAP has happened. It was great. Let me just say, you put me in New York
right
for a short amount of time, and I'm just going to roam around until my body falls apart, which is exactly what happened, and faster than I anticipated.
I FaceTime Kat one day after APAP in the city, and I was like, how are you doing? She was already in the tub, and she's like, I feel like soup. Everything hurts. I was like, God bless. This is funny as shit.
Yeah, that's how you know how close we are. It was me completely naked in a fucking tub, cooking myself soup and just going, God, it hurts. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bring it up top. Don't leave me hanging.
Wait, I didn't see. I looked down.
We're gonna cut that out. I'm kidding.
No, we're gonna leave it in. We're gonna leave the anxious attachment to the high five. Anyway, no. APAP was great. I decided in a dumb decision that I was going to go to as many museums as possible for as cheap as possible. And no matter how cheap it is still New York City. And though individual tickets, it's because even though I'm elderly, apparently I still look young enough to be a college student. So nice. I'll take it.
All right.
So I'm still using my college student ID.
Great.
Because it has no expiration date on it.
Yeah.
And I deserve it.
Use it until the day you die. I want to make that a game. I want to see how long you can, get that going.
I'm just hoping I can get to where I can start claiming the senior discount.
And the college discount at the same time?
Well, once the student discount is no longer possible, then I need to be really just letting myself go. Just refusing to get Botox, refusing to do skincare. So I look as decrepit like an extra character from like Nosferatu.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
to the point where they automatically apply the AARP without asking.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They just know. Okay.
Yeah, no. So if I can get to that point where like it's close enough, that would be great. No,
Nice.
so I decided I was going to. So I come in the afternoon because we have to check in at like 4 p.m. whatever to the Hilton Midtown.
Okay.
Can I just say there is no reason why a Hilton next to fucking Radio City should have no continental breakfast, no coffee machine in the room, and no microwave in the room.
A microwave is essential. Do they have a safe at least?
They have a safe.
Okay.
I can't cook with a safe.
If you try hard enough, you can't. Even if you try really hard. Huh?
No, but like it was just like for the cost that it is to stay in Midtown, you'd think that you'd have something to mitigate the cost of being in fucking New York.
The essentials. Can't even get that. At least you had a tub. I would kill for a tub.
Literally, if there wasn't a tub, I was gonna like throw myself down the fucking 23 like levels from
23 fucking levels.
Just like literally, I would look over the edge and be like,
nice.
That ground looks really nice right now. No. Anyway, so getting Friday, lazy night Friday night, or Thursday. It was Thursday. Friday, I decide all the museums, which is also annoying, all of them are open basically 10:30 to 5:30. And of course, I had a rehearsal during that day.
Nice.
But I was like, this is the best chance I got. So the morning, I was at the Guggenheim, which if you're not into abstract art, don't go. It's expensive, beautiful. Weird shit.
Expensive.
Yeah. The top level, literally, it was no visual paintings or sculpture. It was like an audio thing where you just like walked through and heard things talking at you. And listen, I'm all about weird art.
It's like a schizophrenia type of.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
Not the kind of art I'm into. Go to rehearsal, do 2 hours, finally do a rehearsal for Sleeping Beauty. Incredible. Wow. How wonderful is it when you're an understudy and you get to like rehearse stuff?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. With Witches of Eastwick, when I was Daryl's understudy, there was like no time, no nothing. It was just like a lot of dance numbers. And like me, I wanted to get that down first.
Yeah.
And then when I finally got to Daryl, I was like, oh wow, it's closing. But with Anastasia, when I talked to Ryan's a phenomenal MD. And he allocated time after rehearsal for all the understudies to come in and sing through the entire show.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and I love those. I think they're needed. One,
yes,
because I've never been so ready to go on for someone than I was for Gleb.
Yeah.
I could have gone on.
Yeah.
And Sean William Davis, he was like, my voice is tired, and I was clocking it. And I was like, all right, and I came in.
That's
I texted.
Sean's favorite game is to fuck with you.
Yeah, but I'm not green anymore, so you can't do it to me. I know all the tricks. You need to go to stage manager, buddy. But no, but one day when he was, I just wanted to retouch it because he said his voice was tired and he was fine, but I was like, I just want to retouch it for me.
Yeah.
So I texted Ryan. I was like, hey, can I like borrow the tracks like 2 hours before the show? I'll be there. Just listen to it. I forgot headphones, so I just played it out loud. But I wasn't like singing out loud. I was like singing under my breath, just making sure that I had the pacing of the tracks. And Patrick came in and he was like, is there something that you know that I don't? And I was like, no. I was just like, I'm just being a good understudy. That's all. And he was like, okay.
Sorry, Patrick. I'm trying to do the thing that you pay me to do.
I think I gave him a heart attack. I felt really bad. Sean was like, dude, I'm fine. I was like, I know. I'm just triple checking, just doing my duties. But yeah, I definitely gave Patrick a heart attack with that a little bit.
He needs to chill. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Patrick, it's gonna be okay.
But now I know what to do for something rotten because Ryan's our MD again, so I know that we'll have that rehearsal where we sing through the entire show and do all that kind of jazz. So I'm excited.
But... Yeah, no. So I got to have some like rehearsal time, which was great. And like the APAP version is pretty like okay. It's like a 15-minute version of the entire show. So like it's like I'm trying to think. It's the opening, it's Happy Tune, it's Frog Princess, it's Perfect, and then the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically wrapped up in 15 minutes. So that was fun, and thank God the cut is like the bulk of Perfect. So I actually got to work on the one track that I never got to work on.
Yes.
But just had to go on the fly. So that was nice. I have a better grasp of my harmonies now.
Nice. You get one woman show this now. I'm just letting you know.
Don't put that into the fucking universe. literally, Marcy said that. Like she like I forgot. We were doing the rehearsal. We were doing sound check on the Saturday, and Ronnie, who's now with the Disenchanted team, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna like play every part in the show, ha ha ha." And Marcy was like, "Well, yeah, that's the point. Keep it."
That's why she's here.
That's why she's here. Like, every time I'm like, "Don't say that." Every time Johnny's like, "Well, you shouldn't have to." I'm like, "Shh." Every time you say that, I have to go on. I really don't put it into the atmosphere. Yeah. Like, I would love a scheduled on. Like, yes. This is when you're doing it versus
so I know when to schedule my panic attack. Like
versus the emergency.
He did that to me during Guys and Dolls. Like Johnny gave. It was during one of the shows where it was right at the end. We never talked about this. Oh my god, new story. There was a point in the show where General Cartwright was yelling at all the people in the church, and I had a couple of lines, and then there was a break, and General Cartwright's supposed to go what, and then I continued on with the second part of the lines. And I said the first part of the lines, and then I gave this woman 3 Mississippis. Like, literally, it was like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Okay, I'm going on. And I continued on. And then she said that line that was supposed to be in the middle at the end. She went, what? So I just, on the fly, went, I just told you. And then I repeated both.
But angrier.
Yes.
Like
10 times angrier. Like, I just told you, and then continued on, and I broke like everyone on stage. And I think even the audience caught on as to what the hell just happened because I just repeated the same lines. But I had to save it somehow because I wasn't like I was like, where the hell am I going to go with this? Like, but I got a call the next morning. And it was from Jonathan Van Dyke, and I was like, oh god, it's like this is it, right? I pick up the phone and I like everyone was talking like, shh. Hello? And he was like, Michael. And I was like, yes. And he was like, hey, thank you for saving the scene. I appreciate that. That's all I wanted to tell you. And I was like, that's it. You sure? Nothing else.
Nothing else.
You promise? He was like, yep. And I was like, all right, see you at the theater, bye. And then I hung up the phone and I was like, oh, because this was like peak Omicron. Like right after the debacle that was Greece. And not debacle as in show, debacle as in health crisis. But I was like fearful that I was going on for Sky because I was not ready. And I'm admitting it now, 3 years later, that I was not ready to go on for Sky Masterson. But yeah, that was that Jonathan Van Dyke phone call is pretty scary.
No, so anyway, we do the rehearsal, whatever. And then I was like, well, I got time. Bitch, I'm running over to the Natural History Museum, which the funniest part was during rehearsal, Johnny was like, oh, so what are you going to do now? I saw you were at the Guggenheim. And because he wanted me to take a taxi with him and Marcy to the rehearsal space to Pearl. And I was like, oh, I'm at the Guggenheim, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he was like, where are you going next? And I was like, well, I'll go to the Natural History Museum. And Johnny was like, it's life-changing. So serious. He's like, you've never been? It will change your life. And I was like, Johnny, you're putting a lot of pressure on a museum. I like a lot of museums.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was great. I wouldn't say it changed my life,
but it was great.
It was great.
Nice.
It was great. It
Johnny.
was great. Johnny, don't worry. I did have a wonderful time. However, the two sad things are the Hayden Planetarium was closed for refurbishment. I really wanted to go into it. For a sighting of Neil deGrasse Tyson. No. He runs it. No. But the other thing was so they closed at like 5:30 or whatever. Our rehearsal wrapped up around a little bit before 3, so I went over at 3. Not enough time.
Yeah.
4 levels, not enough time. At all. Probably needed 4 hours to do that properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. Got to see so many things. Saw a T-Rex. Saw some giant ass dinosaurs in there. Like giant. Saw the blue whale. I've always wanted to see the blue whale. It's very exciting for me. I was a museum kid. Were you a museum kid?
I enjoyed my museums. My mom I was more of a zoo kid. I liked the zoos more. I spent a majority of my childhood at Lion Country Safari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I went. It wasn't like the science museum.
I love that museum
near Lake Worth.
Yes.
I used to go there a bunch because they had themed sort of months.
Yes.
And one month was a superhero month at the museum. Oh my god. And I also went there, one of my ex-girlfriends took me as I think I was 21.
Yeah.
For my 21st birthday because COVID was really
Did you
rampant.
go to one of the laser shows?
No, we went to the science museum and no one was there. So it was just the two of us because COVID was crazy.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun.
That seems like so much fun.
Oh yeah. Those satellites that they're super far away and you can whisper into it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were saying disgusting shit because we were alone. It's we were like, no one's here. And then it started to rain, so. But yeah, it's I have very fond memories of zoos and that one science museum. But now my mom, every time we go somewhere on vacation, she's like, you trying to go to a museum? And I'm like, I'm trying to go to the all-you-can-eat buffet. But
you can do both.
Okay. We went to the Titanic Museum up in Orlando.
My friends used to work there.
Yeah, that place is sick. It was so cool.
It's the one with the actors, right?
Yeah. I put my arm in the water that was as cold as it was numb for 45 minutes after I took it out. And then I was you got those little passports, and then they would tell you if you survived or not. And I was in bottom class, and I made it out. And I was like, yo, shout out to this guy. And it was a big wall of names. And if they were bold and white, then you survived. And if they were blacked out, you were dead. And it was just all these black dead people names. And I'm white name. And I was like, oh, is that me? I was like, oh shit. And I rubbed it in my parents' face for the rest of the trip.
Eat shit. I survived the Titanic. No, my friends Chris and Ashley. Maybe I'll try to get Ashley on. We went to college together. They're theater teachers, and but they worked there for a long time.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. It was a great gig for actors and shit.
They come on here, just talk about the Titanic for an hour and a half.
Literally. No, but anyway, no, I was such a museum kid. That science museum regularly. And then when I wanted to be extra, and I was like, Dad, because my mom doesn't like to go places, but my dad does. He likes museums. So hell yeah. No, so I was like, Dad, take me to the one in Fort Lauderdale, the one right near Broward Center. That museum, as a child,
oh yeah,
so lit.
Oh yeah,
so lit. I remember going there. They had the mummy exhibit or something like that, and then they had the bodies exhibit. Controversial.
Very.
Very controversial. The bodies exhibit. Look it up. But got to go to that one right there too. But anyway, Natural History Museum. Wonderful, fantastic. Basically got kicked out of it because I was there as long as humanly possible so I could try to make my way through it. Struggled to do that. There were definitely things that I did not get to see. Like the Easter Island head. No, I'm so serious.
I know you are.
No, I didn't get to see that. I didn't get to see the dodo bird. I didn't get to see the brown bears.
Damn it.
I know, but I did get to see a lot of cool things. So that was cool. Also, there was like an exhibit for like different cultures and stuff, and it was like it literally a sign said Asian peoples, and I was like, I made it.
I'm home.
Just, I made it.
Do you want to talk about the one time between you and I that we weren't like super close yet, but I could have been canceled?
Michael, you tell the story because this is yours. This is your cross to bear.
Okay, so this might get cut by now.
No. We're keeping it in because
I think it's funny, and it's just
it's more uncomfortable for him than it is for me.
It's very uncomfortable for me. But I just think it's hilarious. So getting back into theater, it was Guys and Dolls, and I think we were all like out as a cast. We went to this like little pizza bar restaurant, whatever it was, and we were outside.
Was it Guys and Dolls or was it Grease?
It was Guys and Dolls because
Okay.
I just remember a couple of the people there. But
Okay.
I don't know. Did you have the menu on top of your head, or was it me? It was me. It was me. Yeah.
I think you put it on my head at one point or something like that.
I don't think so. I think what I did was I just had like the menu like balancing on top of my head. And I think what provoked it is what I got like some Asian inspired dish. And so it might have just been egg rolls. So I put the menu on top of my head and I was like, no.
And the slow pan turn that I did to Michael was this.
And I went, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry. But thank God she forgave me. And that's when we became friends.
You're like, I can't piss off the Asian girl eating anymore.
But no, that was it was fucked up with me. Hey Kat, 3 years later, do you forgive me for that?
Listen, I've had so many worse things. I've had so many of my white friends do the pork fried rice thing to me. So that.
Are we cool?
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Sick. However, you do it again, I will come.
Yeah. No, never again.
Live in fear.
Yeah, I would like hold the Coruscant headshot over my face so you can punch me.
No, but anyway, so do the Natural History Museum. I sit outside. I eat two hot dogs. 2 hot dogs in New York from the street food.
Yeah.
$23.
Wait, when? Since when?
Since Nathan's Hot Dogs is.
Oh, well, you got a name brand hot dog.
There are 2 brands.
You can't just find a mom and pop shop with the hot dogs?
Not on the street.
I mean, the dollar slices isn't even like $1 anymore. It's like $1.25.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, no. Anyway, heartbreak. I sat. It was like basically snowing. It was like 20 degrees. Sitting outside, bundled up, eating 2 Nathan hot dog. A rat runs in front of me, the size of a chihuahua. It was the real New York experience. Then went to the Whitney Museum because they do free Friday nights with like live music and a fucking DJ on the top floor. And so me and SJR Snow White for the tour.
By the way, hey Snow White. Sorry, continue.
She's taken.
Damn it.
No, but yeah, no. So we decided to go through there because free.
Mm-hmm.
That museum is so fucking huge. 8 levels.
Holy shit.
8 levels.
Mm.
Leaving it, limping. I was limping. Fully fucking limping. And the best part was, because I was like so cramped for time, I was like, oh, I'll just Uber to and from the museum's rehearsal, whatever that day. I basically blew through the entire APAP paycheck.
Nice.
Just doing that.
Nice.
That one day, I was like, well, this is what I get, but New York City, baby.
Worth it.
And then like the next day, me and SJ, once again, she's a glutton for punishment, so she'll come with me to museums. We go to MoMA, 7 levels or 6 levels, something like that.
Mm.
So much shit. I mean, incredible.
Yeah.
We were there for like almost 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then go do sound check. And then at that point, I've been limping for 12 hours now. So the first day, walking around New York while rehearsing, never really sat down for 12 hours, walking around, chronically ill, likes to ignore it. Limping. limp my way over to MoMA, walk for 4 hours, go do sound check, walk for 2 hours doing a sound check. We're supposed to have a lunch break. There were no restaurants in the vicinity because the conference was so crazy, so we couldn't fucking sit down. So what am I doing? Standing in a line for an hour waiting for like convenience store pizza, basically from the hotel that we're staying at for an hour, limping. We get an hour to eat, basically at that point, get into makeup, get into costume, wigs, yada, help get all the other chickies dressed, limping. Limping. Go to the conference level, start walking around advertising with like little postcards for our time slot is at 9:45, whatever, for an hour, film some stuff for the theaters coming up, limping. 40 minutes off, break, limp back to the hotel room.
I'm trying to catch it.
Back to the hotel room. Try to put my feet up, hoping to mitigate the amount of limping that I'm doing. It's not working. It's 9 o'clock at this point. Our time slot's at 9:45. What are we doing? Limp back to the conference. Go walk around again. Advertise. Ga. Then we start getting ready. And of course, before the conference, your performance starts. What do you have to do? Stand outside. Because they basically give 5 minutes between each act. Each act is 15 minutes, and you get 5 minutes for breakdown and setup for the next group. And it's time. So they have this big like game day clock on the wall in the back of your like ballroom, wherever the fuck you're performing at that point. And so they have this giant clock, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. So because you can't waste the precious time. And you never know. It could be a dance troupe with nothing on that stage. It could be a 20-piece band in front of you that they've got to move all their shit.
Go.
So you just have to be standing and waiting for 15 minutes, basically, to like run in and like immediately start doing your stuff. And I was able to do my little song and dance without limping. The minute it finished, we ought to continue doing PR limping.
Nice.
So at that point, 11 p.m., we went to the museum at MoMA at 10, 12 hours, limping.
Jesus, Lord God.
Next day, return all the wigs and costumes to Johnny, limping. limp my way over to Penn to take the train back.
I know what this episode's going to be called.
Limping.
Limping with Cat Gold and Michael Materdomini. Oh God, yeah. No, I can't think about any like limping experiences in. I mean, Anastasia. I cannot believe Anastasia closed like 2 weeks ago. Not even. Yeah. Like, it's crazy that I'm jumping into the next one tomorrow. But Anastasia was a blast.
Yeah.
I broke really bad on stage for the first time to the point where I almost walked off. And it's because of my good buddy Ryan Kraut. Very serious scene going on. Keep in mind, it's Sean's like second really big entrance to the show. We get to see where he works, and Ryan and I are bureaucrats, and we're positioned in a window right behind Sean. And now the first 2 weeks of the show, we were only like in the rehearsal room. Sean's like sneakers would squeak on the floor anytime you try to be serious.
Squeak, yeah.
So we'd start laughing at his squeaks, and then it got to when he got the chair. Then the chair, every time he pushed it back out, and even if it was slight, it was like, so that was really funny. And then like Sean was like, "You guys are fucking children," laughing at my chair squeaking behind me, and he got really self-conscious about the shoe squeaks. And I was like, "Yes, it worked." But it got to the third week, and Ryan ate something funky. I don't even know what he ate, but it was really bad. And we're supposed to walk all the way downstage, peel off, and then land in those windows. And Ryan and I are right behind Sean's desk. So Sean's desk and the whole scene is happening here, and Ryan and I are right here.
Yeah.
And Ryan, as soon as we get back and we stop singing, it gets very quiet, and then lines start to happen. And in between the end of the singing and the lines, he farts. And it's not like a little like,
yeah.
It was like very loud. And it took everything in my body to not fully laugh out loud. I was literally
Shaking.
I was shaking up there. And Ryan and I just turned around and we started counting the file cabinets that were on the projection. We were like 1, 2, 3. And we both went off, and I was red and in tears until like the next time I made it back on stage. It was really bad. And Ryan and I were still laughing about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 2-show day, and I looked at Ryan. I go, "Please don't do that again. Like, I don't think I could handle it." He goes, "I might have one in the chamber." And I thought he was being sarcastic until we got to the same point, and he ripped it again. And this time, the entire stage heard it. Like when he went off, this guy George came up and was like, "Did you fart?" No, but it got even worse because he farted and I started to laugh again. And then fog started to pour out on stage a little bit when it started to smell. So I was like, oh my God, that's Ryan's fart. And then on top of that, the icing on the cake, Sean backed out of his chair and it squeaked. I fully fucking lost my mind. I think I was laughing, like literally like one of those like hold it in laughs. And I got off stage and I started to cry again. And Jolie, our assistant stage manager, came up and was like, "Did he do that again?" And I was like, "Yes. Why do you think I'm literally in tears right now?" It was terrible. Some other fun hijinks. I mean, like Perry. I had this really like funny moment with one of my cast members, Cassie. She's great. Shout out Jeff. She dressed up as Jeff from Survivor for Halloween, and Ryan and I called her Jeff until she like left for Anastasia. And we partnered in Paris, and we had this whole section, and then there's a big dance, and then we have a break before we get into the second dance break where we're just standing and looking at Paris and
yeah.
And one night I just looked off and I pointed and I leaned over to her and I went, "My name's Jeff." Like the 4-year-olds we are, we're like, thank God again we're facing upstage. But I hit her with a "My name's Jeff." And she knocked off my hat because I have one of those Dapper Dan hats on, and I felt so fucking cool because she knocked it off on like a spin, like a twirl.
Yeah.
And then I like held her out and I caught the hat at the same time. And I felt like Spider-Man. Like I was like, bah, 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 bah. Like I was like, oh shit. And I looked at her.
Tray, like,
I like almost forgot all the choreo. I was like, oh my God, look at what I did. I was like, holy shit.
Oh shit, I gotta do
this. I was like, oh, and turn. But and then I did have one little moment of injury in Anastasia. We had this whole train sequence, and we were moving the train off, and it was like really dark back there, and it was the first weekend, so we were just still like getting used to how heavy the train was with like fucking 10 people on it.
Yeah.
And it's made of steel, so she heavy.
Yeah.
So we're pushing it off, and we have to. It's so big that we have to squeeze it through wing 2, and then flip it, turn it, and then flip it again to back it into its spot.
Jesus.
And the people are riding it all the way until it's in that safe position, so then they can get off and go. So we're moving it, and it's really dark back there. And keep in mind, the scene's going on, so you can't be like, "Hey, stop! Don't move the thing." Like you just have to look, and people weren't looking. And I'm moving this train back, and it's between me. It's me, the train, and then there's another opera house set piece. And usually I squeezed out through here, and then they just push the train all the way against the wall. I can't yell, "Hey, I'm still behind the train, don't push it." So I'm scooting out, and I stick my leg to go and slide through, and they push the train, and my leg got caught in between the train and the opera house. And she was purple for like 4 days. And I came backstage, and I was just like, I got hurt in Witches, and now I got hurt in this. I'm like low-key pissed off. And I'm sitting there, and there's like ice on my shin, and I'm like, they're going to think that I'm stealing from them with all this shit. And Patrick comes in, he goes, "What happened?" And I was like, "I got hit by a train, Patrick." We just all started laughing, but I ended up being okay. It wasn't anything crazy, but I did get hit by a train. I could say that now, which is a grand old time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
I'm trying to think of. Oh my God, Sean, I'm throwing you under the bus. So he got really like he was a little upset that like we started laughing because of the fart, right? And there is this moment. It was in Once Upon a December. On my exit, I just had to exit off wing 2 and then circle right back around and go straight on to wing 1 to enter the stage again for the second part of the dance.
Yeah.
And he, for being a good old buddy, old pal, helped me with my quick change out of the Czar into the train because it was about a minute and it was a lot of layers.
Yeah.
So he would always help me, and he'd hold out my pants, and I'd put the pants on. And he got there super early that day, and I start to walk off, and Sean has his Gleb outfit uniform on, but no pants and just red boxers, and he's standing in the wings holding my pants. And I walk off, and I'm like, and we're doing odds. I'm like, ah. And I just completely stopped singing. I'm like, Sean, and he's just standing there like holding my pants, and he doesn't have pants on.
What happened to his pants?
I walked up. He just took it off to be an ass. But I'm gonna ask him for the photo of it, and if we can put it here, it's gonna be there. But if not, it is Sean without.
Just for him to be like, cool.
Yeah. We'll put the nonsense sticker of it with me with the HR note over it, because it definitely deserved an HR write up. But he walked off, and I did all that shit, and I went to go change. And he was like, that was good, right? I was like, yes, Sean. God damn it. No, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Anastasia was a blast. I love that show. It was one of my dream shows, and it was one of the reasons why I went out for that slow burn season. So happy I got to check that one off.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I'm ready for Parade and then Governor Slayton. Not much has happened. I'm gonna be directing a gig over the summer. I can't say where and what show yet because it hasn't been announced, but I have signed on, so that's exciting.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
We can just bleep over it.
Yeah, we'll bleep over it. It is.
I know it.
Yes, it is. And I'm very excited to do it. It's going to be, depending on how many kids show up. I have ideas for if it's just going to be one cast or if it's going to be two casts.
Oh, it's like the junior version?
Well, the junior version is just, that's it. That's literally the only change.
Oh,
so.
I thought there was more than that one.
No, I mean, there's some controversial dialogue that I'm going to take out. He says the R slur out of nowhere. And I'm like, that's.
In the kids version?
In the regular version of the show, yeah. And if it's the same script, but just that one song changed, then it's in that version as well. And it's just that word was used back in the early 2000s, and I think it's a disgusting word.
Yeah, it's not needed anymore.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna take that out, like we did in. We took it out. I remember getting to that point when we were blocking out that scene. I was like, oh, that's so. I don't need to say this, right? But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. You're gonna have to bleep. Oh god, there's gonna be a lot of bleeps. But hey, that's what you're here for. But yeah,
there's gonna be like 47 bleeps in that entire segment.
Yeah. Can we just put the and then fast forward?
Yeah, it'll just be you talking about it, Maybe it'll be you moving, and it'll be what's that fucking song?
That's all, folks. But yeah, no, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, we gotta get through Parade and Rotten first. But it's exciting. I have meetings about it in February and then auditions in May. So, hell yeah,
brother. And I'm happy that we're starting the Florida leg.
I could see Disenchanted, and she could see Parade.
Hell yeah,
so
baby!
We're thrilled. It's gonna be fun.
The moments once a year where we kind of overlap.
Yes.
For just a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow,
they're back.
Oh my god, they're actually friends in real life and not just on the internet.
I talk to Kat almost every day, so. It's just seeing her in person is kind of surreal. I'm just yeah.
It's like, hello.
Yeah. I'm like, hi, Kat. But yeah, I mean, dude, I think we're all caught up. I don't think there's anything else to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Disenchanted's restarting. We're about to start up.
You stole my boyfriend Ryan Crowd away from me.
Hell yeah, baby. We got some. Returners. We got some returners coming back from the Florida productions, and that's very exciting. And I think everyone is, at least for the first half, for Fort Lauderdale and Miami, has been public. So Erin is coming back as Sleeping Beauty.
Hell yeah.
We've got Jordan coming back this time as Belle in Little Mermaid.
Love her. Come on the pod.
She is.
Great. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't be there because it's in the morning. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'll be in rehearsal and
Yeah.
I'll be talking to Jordan. It's fine.
Womp, womp. I love you, Jordan.
Noah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My
Noah.
bestie Noah is
The
coming
best
back.
voice.
I know.
Ever.
Yeah, so those are
got a good crew.
Those are the confirmed public people for the first half of Florida, for Fort Lauderdale and like Miami, Davie area, whatever.
Johnny, I'll be the doctor / the fish. Sign me on. Take me on tour.
Like, please take me. Please. You know.
Yeah,
but then we've got some other people that will be in the second half that I don't think have publicly said that they're doing it yet. So right. I'm gonna keep my poor mouth shut.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
Or we could bleep it out.
I think there's enough bleeping.
There's enough bleep.
Yeah, let's leave some suspense.
No, but I'm hopeful for Orlando because we're there for a while.
Yep.
Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney.
Yeah.
I am fully. Are
you gonna be up there when the new Universal Park comes out or no?
I don't know.
I would be so jealous.
Okay, listen. I'm part of the princess show, and I'm going to any park. I'm going to Disney. Disney.
As your character, though, you're Rip Steamboat Willie, a new one.
Monobrow. Enter Park with Monobrow. No, that was our dream situation. We talked with Ashley about it, about like how can we go in some of the parks potentially in our costumes, but not necessarily like the theme park because we know we can't.
Yeah.
But I feel like the costumes might be far enough away. We could.
Devious.
I just think how funny would it be? Like the bridesmaid poster, from the movie, like that in front of the Walt Disney sign with us in the Disenchanted costumes.
Yeah, you sit over top of trash can, you're like, it's coming out of me like lava.
No, I just think it'd be funny. It'd be neat.
That'd be cool as fuck. You need to like take photos with the actual princesses, like find Rapunzel.
Imagine if we can go to the park and like we each go find our princesses to take pictures with, and like. We wear our Disenchanted like lanyards.
Jordan has the lobster like neck little bib,
and I bring the unibrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm into it. But that's about it for now.
Yeah. Do you want to call out people and then we'll call an episode? Oh, also. Shout out, I have the photo of it. I'm going to put it here. Shout out Deb Katz and shout out Frankie and shout out Laura for watching Nonic Nonsense on their big flat screen TV. We know you're watching now, so hello. Literally our biggest fans. I want to grow up and be Frankie. So,
I just love that the Lim kids are like, we love Nonic Nonsense. And we're like, why?
What are you doing? Get up. Go shut the TV off.
Go to a practice room. Yeah. Go work on your monologue. Jeez,
what are we doing? It's a private school. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, shout out to you guys. Let's call people out.
What do we want?
I want Bridget Rose Parada on. I'm doing Parade with her. She was my Morticia to my Gomez 7 years ago in high school. I would love to have her on. We have a lot of bullshit to talk about. We got Matthew Karenko on. Let's shoot big. Patrick Fitzwater. Let's get you on, my man. That would be awesome.
I want Aaron and Leah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I think it would be funny to get a Johnny reunite episode. That would be fun. Get Johnny. And then let's do one more.
We're working on getting Justin from Tease and Floof on.
Tease and Floof. Dude, your work on 9 to 5 was incredible.
Your work for Drag Race.
Oh my God.
Susie Toot.
Shout out Susie Toot. Oh my God. She's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got her merch.
Are you serious? I love it.
I got the Toot sweatpants. But yeah, so Justin Laura. And then congratulations to all my friends and our friends in the LPAX 9 to 5. A lot of fun. Great show. Had a blast. And then the three leading ladies. My God. Shout out Dahlia, shout out Katie, shout out Anna Capelli. Wonderful work. It was so much fun. So yeah, and excited for Blonde.
Hell yeah.
But everyone, please come support Parade.
What all shows are happening right now? I mean, we got
Beautiful
at the Wick. We got Jersey Boys at Actors Playhouse.
9 to 5
at Outback.
Parade, and Frozen might be closed at the time, but Guys and Dolls at the Malt's coming soon. So check out all your friends. Support theater. Support live theater.
And if you're not in South Florida, support local theater near you.
Yep.
Keep us all employed, babies. Keep us all employed, gainfully employed.
Yes. All right. Well, Kat.
Michael.
Thank you for tuning in to Non-Ec Nonsense. We will be with you on Mondays on our dark days. We hope you stay happy, healthy, safe. No COVID.